welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am going to be doing a technique that I have never done before. I got the idea from Teresa over at Our Green Acres, and I will link her video in the description box below. But I was watching a couple of her videos where she does this faux rust technique where you use cinnamon, of all things, cinnamon and Mod Podge. And I have a couple of items. One is a shelf that I thrifted, and I will insert a picture of the before. And the other is a bird cage that I had that I just painted black, and I really didn't know what to do with it. So I just had it shoved up in a closet. Well, with spring on its way, I thought I would take down the bird cage, paint it, and do this faux technique on it. And also on this shelf that I thrifted, I was gonna do this technique on it. Now, fingers crossed that it works for me. It looks very simple. The only difference I'm gonna be doing is she used the ground cinnamon and Mod Podge, and I'm currently out of Mod Podge, but I am going to be using my Elmer's school glue, and I think that will work just as well. I'm gonna try it on a very small spot first and see how that works, and then if it works, then we'll know another way to do it. So I'm really excited to try this, and I'm anxious to see how it turns out. So let's get started. Okay, here's my shelf. As you can see, I have taken the crystals off. I have spray painted it white. It took me about 3 coats, but I didn't have a very good spray paint. I just used what I had on hand, and I think it'll be okay. And then here is my bird cage. It was black. Again, I used the same spray paint, painted it white. It took about 3 coats. So let's get started. Okay, so here I have some FolkArt in real brown. I'm sorry it's blurry, but I'm gonna put a little bit of that in my paint tray, and I'm going to use a little sponge brush, and I'm just gonna kind of start covering all the white just in the brown. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of wanting to just kind of get a little bit of brown on it, and then we will, once that dries, we will start with the rest technique.
You touched my soul like a phantom, and you did it right from the start. Like nobody is watching what we're doing, like nobody is watching us, like nobody is judging while we're dancing. We're dancing till we get lost. We're dancing till we get lost.
Now, there's one thing I've learned. You do not have to be precise with this. You'll notice I was not very precise in how I painted the bottom of the bird cage, and that's fine because our rust technique is going to cover up any imperfections in painting, and honestly, the more imperfect it looks, the better it looks.
We're dancing till we get lost. Far from rules, how to feel it. We know that fast isn't always the best. Sometimes your turns makes me dance.
Okay, a couple things I've learned. I was gonna pass on with y'all. It takes quite a bit of cinnamon, so we just got back. James ran in Walmart and picked me up this really big cinnamon. It's 18 ounces, so this should do me for a while. Now, granted, I only had a little bit of cinnamon in my little jar. Secondly, it's very messy, and it might be the project that I was working on, the shelf. And you would know my next one's gonna be just as messy, but I did cut open a trash bag to kind of put on my table. And I had that one on a scrap piece of wood, and I tried to pick up the cinnamon and, you know, use it, but it didn't work. So what I'm gonna do is let me show you. Here's my trash bag to kind of protect my workspace. See, I've got glue all over it already, sticking to it. So I ripped me off a couple things of paper towels. I'm gonna set my bird cage on, and that way I can, you know, tap it off on this, and then hopefully I can pick it up and kind of like use it to help with the cinnamon, if that makes sense. So it's really fun. If you don't like to be really precise and neat with your painting or anything like that, this is definitely the project for you, because I think the messier the better. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of focusing on like where water would puddle and it would rust the most. That's where I'm doing it the heaviest, but I'm kind of doing it all over. But I don't mind that some of the base coat is coming through with the white. So I did learn that, and so now I'm fixing to start on my bird cage. And these are just cumbersome pieces, but I think I'm gonna start on the inside first, do the inside, and then I will focus on the outside. But it is very messy, but a lot of fun. So let me get to doing the bird cage.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like oh yeah, when I give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like oh yeah. I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else.
So I wanted to share a little trick I'm trying with this. I'm putting the glue on my brush. I'm dabbing it into my cinnamon like that. And I'm kind of like just touching my cage and putting it where I want it. And hopefully this will work for me, because it is so intricate. The detail of this cage is so intricate that it really wasn't getting on it. So I'm trying this technique, and hopefully this will work. And if not, well, we'll get back to the drawing board. So that's what I'm doing.
Never knew that it could feel this way when you lie next to someone. You don't even need to play pretend, 'cause you find the way you are. I wanna know you better, give me every detail. I won't judge you, as you know. Could stay forever when you're lying in my arms. My heart is open, it just took some time. Now I just hope that you'd stay for a little while.
Okay, so here is my shelf. I'm going to be doing the same technique. I'm going to be painting it with the real brown with my sponge brush, and then once that dries, then we will start with the cinnamon technique.
So just stay for a little while.
I didn't think that I would find that someone who's as honest as you are. The way you make me feel at night when I am vulnerable and it's cold outside, but you make it alright. I wanna know you better. Give me every every detail.
Notice when I'm painting the bottom of this, I'm not being really neat with it because, like I said, your faux rust technique is going to cover up a multitude of painting sins.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You'll fix what's broken when you make that smile.
So just stay for a little while.
So long when you go, and I can't get enough of you. So can't you stay?
I just wanted to add that after I did the spray painting, I let it dry completely. Then I did the faux painting with the brown. I let that dry completely before I started this process. I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but there you go.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while.
You fix what's broken when you make that smile. So just stay for a little while.
My heart is open. It just took some time. Now I just hope that you stay for a little while. You fix what's broken when you make that smile. Stay for a little while. Stay for a little I didn't know I was telling a lie.
Okay, so I've got both of them done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to let them dry overnight and then address it tomorrow and see what we need to do and go from there. But I'm excited to see how this all works out. So when you watch this, I'll be right back, but it will actually be the next day. Okay, it is the next day and I come in here and y'all, I am so impressed at how real it looks, how it feels rusty. Yeah, I am just, I don't know if y'all can see, but the technique worked on this piece. It worked on my other piece. It feels really rusty too, but I did still have to, like, the bottom of the shelf, I wasn't able to do that yesterday, so I went ahead and done that. So I'm letting that dry. And then once both of these pieces dry, I'm gonna take them outside and I'm gonna spray them and seal them. And I mean, look, let me show y'all. You see how that, where it puddled up and how it just looks like the rust is trying to come off? I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Totally recommend this technique. And oh, let me show y'all this piece. I don't know if y'all can see, like right, can you see right there how that's where the glue puddled up and it looks like rust is trying to come off. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I cannot recommend it enough. Like I said, I will link Teresa from Our Green Acres down in the description box below. Go check out her channel. She's amazing. If you like shabby chic home, farmhouse, you know, DIYs on a budget, she's awesome. And that's where I learned this technique, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Now the difference is I use the Elmer's glue. She uses Mod Podge, but I didn't have Mod Podge, but the Elmer's glue worked just fine. So totally excited. So once I get them sealed, and then I'll show you how I'm going to display them. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I have my pieces outside. They are dry. And I'm going to use this Krylon lacquer. I'm just gonna coat them, kind of seal it all in, and it'll be done.